It started like any normal night, just me and my best friend Lily on FaceTime, talking about nothing and everything like we always did. We had this habit, late night calls until one of us passed out. It was kind of our thing. I was lying in bed, the screen propped up against my pillow, when I saw Lily's face suddenly change. She squinted at the screen, then sat up straighter. "Who's in your room?" she asked. I frowned. "No one. I'm home alone." Her face went pale, as if all the blood had drained from it in an instant. "Emma, I just saw something move behind you," she said, her voice trembling with fear. I felt a chill creep down my spine, a cold, unsettling sensation that made my hairs stand on end. I hesitated, then slowly turned my camera, showing her my empty room. The dim light cast eerie shadows on the walls. The only thing off was my closet. It was open, but I always left it like that. It seemed harmless, just nice to look at. "There's nothing here," I said, trying to sound casual, though my voice wavered slightly. "See?" Lily didn't say anything for a second, her eyes wide with disbelief. Then she whispered, "It was standing right there, a shadowy figure, dark and indistinct, lurking in the corner. It moved." I laughed, but it came out shaky. "You're messing with me," I said, trying to dismiss the fear creeping into my mind. She shook her head, her expression serious. "I swear to God, Emma, I saw it." Her voice was filled with conviction, and a shiver ran through me again. What if she was right? I turned on every light in my room, making sure every corner was illuminated. The shadows danced on the walls, but I needed to see everything clearly. I even got up and checked the whole house. Front door, locked, windows, shut. I double-checked each one, pulling on the handles to make sure they were secure. Nobody in the bathroom, nobody in the hall, and my closet, empty. I opened the closet door wide, peering into the darkness, but there was nothing there. But still, that feeling wouldn't go away. It was like a weight on my chest, a nagging sense that something was off. That feeling that someone was watching me. I could almost feel eyes on me, even though I knew I was alone. I tried to shake it off and went back to bed, keeping Lily on the line until we got too tired to keep talking. Her voice was a comfort, a reminder that I wasn't completely alone. Then, just as I was about to fall asleep, my phone buzzed. The sudden vibration startled me, pulling me back from the edge of sleep. I reached for it, my heart pounding. A text from Lily. My heart skipped a beat as I saw her name flash on my screen. What could it be this time? "Emma, look at our FaceTime call screenshot." My stomach dropped. I could feel the blood drain from my face as I read her message. My fingers shook as I tapped on the image. And there was the screenshot that would change everything. In the dim background of my room, barely visible but undeniably there, was a tall, shadowy figure peeking out from my closet. It was like something out of a nightmare. I stared at the image for what felt like hours, my mind racing, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. Was it real? Could it be a trick of the light? My heart hammering so hard I thought it would burst. The fear was palpable, coursing through my veins like ice. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't even move. Every creak of the house, every rustle of the wind, sent shivers down my spine. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to shake the image from my mind. The next morning I shoved my dresser in front of my closet. I don't care how childish it seems, because deep down I know what I saw, and I know it saw me too. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for spine-chilling horror content. Please share with family and friends. I swear this really happened, and to this day I still don't know how to explain it. It was just a normal night. I was on FaceTime with my girlfriend Emily like we always did before bed. She was telling me about her day, nothing weird, nothing out of the ordinary. Just her sitting on her bed, laughing about something dumb her co-worker did. I was listening, half distracted, scrolling through my phone. Then Her screen glitched. Not just a little lag. Her face froze mid-sentence, her mouth still open like she was talking. Then the screen went completely white. No sound, no movement, just nothing. "Emily?" I said, thinking maybe her Wi-Fi cut out. Silence. Then suddenly the screen came back. But Emily wasn't there. The camera was still on, but all I could see was a dark, empty room. No movement, no sound, just a bright light with a barely visible outline of furniture. I felt a weird pressure in my chest. Something was wrong. "Emily," I called again. "Can you hear me?" That's when I heard it, breathing, slow, ragged, like someone struggling to take a breath. "Who's there?" I asked, my voice shaking. The breathing got heavier, raspy, almost wet, and then in the lowest, most distorted whisper, a voice spoke. "She's not here anymore." Then the call ended, just like that. I sat there staring at my phone, my hand shaking so bad I almost dropped it. I immediately called her back. Once, twice, 3 times, no answer. My chest was tight, my mind racing. What the hell just happened? Then my phone buzzed. It was her. I answered so fast I almost fumbled it. "Emily, what the hell just happened?" She sounded normal, confused. "What do you mean?" "My Wi-Fi cut out for a second. I just got back online." I felt my stomach drop. "You were gone for way longer than a second." "No, I wasn't," she said. "I just called you back." I told her everything. The glitch, the dark room, the breathing, the voice. She laughed at first like I was messing with her. But when I didn't laugh back, she got quiet. Then she checked her call log. "Jason, that doesn't make sense." "What?" She was quiet for a second, and then she said, "The FaceTime call, it says it lasted 5 more minutes than I remember." 5 minutes. I felt the hair on the back of my neck stand up. "What do you mean?" "I mean, I swear I lost connection and immediately called you back. But my phone says I was on the call the whole time." Neither of us spoke for a moment, just silence. Thick, heavy silence. Then Emily said, "Jason, if I wasn't there, who was?" I didn't sleep that night, and to this day I still don't have an answer. But one thing keeps me up at night. When the voice said, "She's not here anymore," it didn't sound like a warning. It sounded like a fact. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for spine-chilling horror content. Please share with family and friends. The face in the reflection. It started like any normal night. I was FaceTiming my cousin Ava, just chatting about random stuff while getting ready for bed. You know, the usual. My phone was propped up against my mirror so I could do my skincare routine while we talked. Everything was fine. Until Ava suddenly stopped talking. Mid-sentence. Just went dead silent. It was like someone had pressed a mute button on her. I frowned. "Ava?" She didn't answer at first. The silence was deafening. She just stared at me through the screen, her expression changing slowly from confused to scared. It was like watching a slow-motion horror movie. Then, in this weird, hushed voice, she said, "Sophia, don't move." Her voice was barely above a whisper, but it sent chills down my spine. I swear my stomach dropped right then, my whole body tensed. It felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. My fingers were shaking as I gripped the edge of my dresser. I could feel my heartbeat in my fingertips. I barely managed to whisper, "Why?" My voice was trembling, barely audible. Ava swallowed hard. I could see her breathing heavier, like she was trying not to freak out. Her eyes were wide with fear, and then she said it, the words that would change everything. "There's someone standing behind you." I swear to God, my whole body locked up. It was like a sudden freeze, a paralyzing fear that gripped every muscle in my body. It felt like my chest caved in. I could hear my own heartbeat pounding in my ears. Each thump echoed louder and louder, drowning out every other sound around me. I didn't want to turn around. I didn't want to see whatever was behind me. The fear was so intense it was like a physical barrier, holding me in place. But I had to. I forced myself to turn, slow, terrified, barely breathing. Each movement felt like it took an eternity, my mind racing with what I might see, and there was nothing there. My room was empty. The eerie lighting made the emptiness even more unsettling, casting long shadows that seemed to move on their own. I let out this shaky breath, trying to convince myself it was just a mistake, my mind playing tricks on me, perhaps. But the fear lingered, refusing to let go. But Ava? She wasn't convinced. She was still staring at her screen, her face pale, her eyes wide and terrified. It was as if she had seen something that defied all logic. "I saw it," she whispered. "I swear I saw a face in your mirror." Her voice was barely audible, trembling with fear. "It was looking at you." I wanted to tell her she was wrong, that it was just a trick of the light, a figment of her imagination, that she imagined it. But then I made the mistake of looking at the mirror myself. My curiosity got the better of me, despite the dread pooling in my stomach, and that's when I saw it. It was in the reflection, clear as day, unmistakable, right behind me. A face, pale, stretched into this sick, unnatural grin. It was a sight that seemed to come straight out of a nightmare. Eyes too wide, too dark, staring at me. Those eyes seemed to bore into my soul, filled with a malevolent intent. I spun around so fast I nearly fell over. Nothing, just empty air. The sudden movement made my head spin, but there was nothing there. But when I looked back at the mirror, it was still there, watching me. Its presence felt more real than ever, as if it was taunting me. Then my screen glitched. The FaceTime call started breaking up, the image warping, the sound crackling. It was as if the presence in the mirror was affecting the technology around us. And just before the call cut off completely, I swear I saw that thing move. It shifted almost imperceptibly, but enough to send a fresh wave of terror through me. I don't remember hanging up the phone. I don't remember turning away from the mirror. All I remember is grabbing my phone and running out of my room so fast my legs almost gave out beneath me. I never used that mirror again. I wanted to throw it away, but something about it terrified me deeply. Like if I touched it again, I'd see that thing one more time. So I just covered it, hung a sheet over it, and never looked at it again. Every time I walked past it, a shiver ran down my spine. The memory of that night haunted me, lingering in the corners of my mind, refusing to let go. That was 6 months ago, and sometimes late at night, when the house is quiet, I swear I hear it. A faint, whispery laugh coming from under the sheet. I'm too scared to check. What if it's still looking at me? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for spine-chilling horror content. Please share with family and friends.